Hello all, welcome and welcome back. Thank you so much for your support. I love doing these readings and I really appreciate all the love and support you guys are showing in return. We're going to do something different today, something a little fun. If this goes well this week, we'll see if this will become a weekly thing. If not, at least it's fun. It was fun for the time being. So what I'm thinking we'll do is spy on some past energies. We want to look into unrequited love, someone who possibly we dated in the past and it just didn't work out. It was just not the right time for you guys to come together. Someone who maybe you just never had the courage, built up the courage to move towards. Whatever it is, your first love, that person that's always kind of in the back of your mind, and you wonder, how are they? What are they doing? What are they up to? How are things going? So this video is for Virgo. Any of you who are trying to tap into the energies of a past Virgo who you've possibly lost touch with, and you just want to see how things are going in their life. This is for Virgo. So this could be as a general reading for if you're Virgos, if you're watching your own video, but mostly this is for the others of you who aren't really in touch with the Virgo and want to see what they're up to. Give us some information on Virgo. Give us some clarity and insight for Virgo, for the energies out there seeking to know, wanting to know how they're doing and what they're up to. This is for Virgo. The Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Cups, Judgment, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, and the Moon. Heavy. So guys, it looks like the Virgo is going through quite a bit. They're going through something that keeps them up at night here with the Nine of Swords. They're needing rest and relaxation. They're needing time off. Whatever this was that has happened or is currently going through was no light matter. It was quite a huge matter for them, and it is draining them with the Nine of Swords. They're losing sleep. They're losing energy. They're crying. A lot of people are just crying over whatever it was that had happened. They're needing to recuperate their energy in their life. The Wheel of Fortune, wheels are going to turn for them. Virgo feels like everything's a disaster. Virgo feels like nothing's working out the way that they planned, the way that they wanted to. However, the good news is for the Virgos out there who are struggling with this emotional heaviness, the Wheel of Fortune is on their favor. So once they allow themselves to do the resting and healing that they need, that the universe is telling them to do, once they have gathered themselves back, things are going to change for them. I see them being very disappointed about the situation, whatever it is that did not go the way that they wanted it to or expected it to. They're quite disappointed, but they are going to ultimately make the judgment call to move on with their life. They're going to receive some clarity perhaps that's going to help them with moving forward, with making that call. Maybe once they have rested, their mind's gonna clear and they're gonna see the situation for what really is. Sometimes when we go through, if this is a breakup that they're going through right now, if Virgo is going through a breakup, sometimes we keep seeing through rose-tinted glasses. If you guys are familiar with that phrase, where we romanticize a relationship that didn't work out. We forget about all of the unfairness or the negatives about the relationship, and we always kind of hold on to the positives and do wishful thinking. We lose sleep about like, oh, but I thought it was so great. Oh, I thought that person was so great. You're just clouded. Your mind is clouded. So when the Virgo gets some rest and brushes themselves off and starts making moves for themselves after they've rested, and they're finally going to be in the clearer state of mind to see their situation for what it really was, and they're going to move forward with clarity at that point. Once they do, they're going to feel on top of the world. Once they're able to get out and pull out of that slump that they're going through, they're going to feel a lot better. They're going to feel victorious. They're going to see the situation for what it really was, and they're going to be grateful for it ending. When it's happening, they're devastated and they can't believe it's happening, but once they're in the right state of mind, it looks like there was a lot of secrets that were hidden, and Virgo was denying it at the time. Either they're denying it or they just didn't know, and when things come to an end and they rest and they clear their mind, they're finally going to be able to see clearly all the secrets or all the injustice that was happening that they didn't see before, or they were not willing to accept before. I do see a part of Virgo still holds on to this. A part of Virgo still, part of them just still kind of, it's like a seesaw, right? They feel clear and they feel on top of the world some days, and then some days they go back and they try to justify and try to convince themselves that that relationship or situationship, I didn't mean to say that, but that's it. That is what it is. That situation, they convince themselves, well, no, I was so happy, I thought they were happy. It's just this back and forth mentally for them. It's this back and forth between clarity and illusion, and Virgo is going to have to make the final call and be strong enough and really stick to the clarity of the situation and not so much the illusion of the situation. That's when the wheels are going to turn, and things are going to keep getting better for Virgo. Let's get some more information here on this judgment. Let's get some more clarity for our Virgos. So if Virgos, if you're watching your own reading, this could be a general reading for you, but again, this is more focused on those people who are more curious about you, perhaps people that never stepped up towards you. You don't even know that they had an interest for you. They're looking to see what you're up to. So let's get some clarity on the judgment card here for our Virgos. Yeah, you're gonna have to make up your mind. You're gonna choose to be happy and self-fulfilled. You're gonna choose to get up and brush yourself off and be grateful for all the things that you do have. It looks like, Virgo, you are in an abundant place. You're financially secure. Your relationships, otherwise, other than this one person who things are not going so well with, everything else is doing great. You're in a good place, and you're gonna come to that realization once you get that clarity and once you brush off all that heaviness. You're gonna be able to see clearly how good you really have it, and you might be like, wow, you know, you'll realize how happy and how at peace you are on your own once you move forward and make these changes. Or you know, for the watchers, that's what Virgo's going through. Virgo is going to come to a realization that they're actually quite happy on their own, and they're actually better off without this devastating situation that they were in. Virgo's going to come towards that realization. So if you have your eyes on this Virgo, make sure they are single. Don't go into something that's complicated any further. If they are completely single and you see that they are in a good place, approach them, you know, even if it's not for something romantic. If you just want to be a friend to them, you know, I see that they're coming into a place of well-being after that rest, after getting away from that chaotic situation. Give us some more insight here on the Ace of Swords. Yeah, how did I know? I knew this card was going to come through because they're going to get clarity that the other person was just being unjust. It was a very one-sided. The other person that they were dealing with, cross-watchers, Virgo was dealing with a very one-sided energy. At the time, Virgo didn't see it, or, you know, it would happen where the person would choose other people over Virgo, or the person would always only entertain their own wishes and would not entertain the wishes of Virgo. But at the time, Virgo was going along with it. They were catering toward it. They were okay with it. But finally, Virgo is going to come to the clarity that, you know, this relationship really was not fair. It was unjust. It was one-sided. They're gonna think things through clear-headedly once they make up their mind to move forward and realize that, you know, they were giving and not really receiving a lot in return, which is unfortunate, you know. But Virgo's going to come to that realization, guys. And they're gonna once they come to that realization, they're gonna come into their own. This heaviness is gonna lift. This disappointment and losing sleep and crying, it's gonna lift eventually. But they do have to do some healing and some inner work to get to that point. But the universe is waiting. The universe is waiting with the Wheel of Fortune to change everything as soon as Virgo is ready. As soon as Virgo has done that inner work, to appreciate what they have and be who they are. And not allow this past energy to conquer or rule them. Give us some more insight on this, the moon. exhausted. Virgo is exhausted. They do hold a light for this person in their hand. Like I said, I see going back and forth between holding their ground for the person and between feeling just on top of the world. There are some days or weeks they're just like, yeah, this is great. And then all of a sudden there'll be a day where they're being stubborn and convince themselves that no, you know, that relationship was the best thing. So get out of that. And yeah, you're exhausting. Virgo's exhausting themselves. There's a small glimmer of hope in their heart that they hold for that person, but they really are, they're at the point where it's like they're at the big breaking point. We have 2 9s here with the 9 of swords and the 9 of wands. They're almost at that final bit of healing where just that little bit is still holding on to that other person. Otherwise, I see Virgo doing just fine, coming to clarity if they can do that last bit of healing. Let's get some more information here on this 5 of Cups for Virgo. Queen of Pentacles. They wanted to build a home with this person. This person that left them disappointed. They wanted to build a home with this person. The Virgo was creating an environment for this person that was very warm, very secure, very stable. That's why they're so disappointed. But Virgo felt like, you know, they were busy working on a future for this person, working on a home for this person, whereas the other person, I don't know what they were doing, but it came to an end. And so that's what leaves Virgo so disappointed, is because they put in so much effort into building something. So this is what I see for those of you who are interested in spying on your Virgos from the past. You know, give them some time. When you see that they're doing well and they're ready to allow new energies into their space, if you know that they're completely detached from this person and that chapter is over, you know, don't go into something if you feel like people have not released each other yet completely. Don't try to get yourself involved in that energy. But if Virgo is in a good place and they're moving forward, then, you know, and you still have feelings for them, you know, give them a knock. Give them a knock. See how they are. See how they're doing. If you're so inclined. All right, this is what I have for Virgo. I hope this was helpful. If it was, I would greatly appreciate if you would like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, sending you lots of love, light, and beautiful vibrations. Bye for now.